Hey guys, welcome back. I hope everybody's staying warm and safe. This is going to be the first video in the new series where you can ask me anything. If you saw my last video, I set up an email where you can email me at questionsforhuff@gmail.com and you can ask me any question you like. And if I have an answer for you, I will answer it for you right here. I want to say thank you to everyone. Overnight, I received over 300 amazing questions. A few of them are repeats. A few of them weren't questions, but asking me to contact loved ones, which I do not do. I only do that during group night for members. But these will be questions with answers based on my 10 years plus experience in ITC and working with spirits, working with the connection, building a connection, all of that good stuff, spirituality. So these answers will be from my experience. That doesn't mean they're the be-all, end-all answer. I am just stating these are from my experience. So the first question that we're going to start with today comes from Kimberly Wilcox. Kimberly asks, "Hi Huff, so here's my question. I'd really love it to be answered. I am a twin flame, but my twin died last year. So sorry to hear that, Kimberly. I know he is with me, however. Even though I can sense him, I can just speak with him and hold conversation. I love the idea of a spirit box in order to hear any messages he may have for me, but I am too worried about opening a portal, allowing a demon or demons into my home. I am not afraid of spirits, but demons are a different picture. I was considering trying tarot in order to maybe get something from that. Even though it's not the same as a spirit box, it's at least something. However, when I brought up to my dad my wanting to use tarot cards, he said they are just as bad as a spirit box, and they too can open a portal since you are asking spirits for advice and answers. Is this true? If so, is there any way to ask for a message without opening a portal which could allow a demon in? I'd love to get your feedback on this subject. I'm sure it will be helpful for other viewers who want answers, but are fearful of allowing bad entities into their homes." All right, so are tarot cards dangerous? Can they open a portal? What I've learned over the years, now when I was little, starting at age 9, I started using Ouija boards at age 9. I've always had a fascination with the other side, with ghosts, with spirits, with is there life after death? As young as 8 or 9, I had these questions, and it was a fascination for me back then. As I grew into my teen years, I owned a set of tarot cards. Actually, my mother had a set wrapped in this silk kind of, I don't want to say blanket, cloth that she had in her drawer. And I was always wanting to hold them, look at them. And she's like, don't mess with those. Those are my tarot cards. So as I got older, I think I was 16, I bought a set of my own, the same kind my mom had. And I became fascinated with them, and I started to learn the meanings. And I did tarot card readings for people that were blown away by my readings, and I was blown away that they were blown away because I couldn't believe at the time that what was coming through was accurate. But spirits have many ways of communicating with us. Ouija boards, tarot cards, spirit box. There's all kinds of ways through us, through our minds, through our bodies, through their touch. Each way, in my experience, any way that we contact a spirit is opening that connection between you and the spirit. It is opening a portal of sorts. When you use a Ouija board, spirits use our body, they come through us, and that energy is what moves the planchette. I know there's 1,000,001 people who believe that one or the other is moving that, and in some cases they do, but that's how spirits use a Ouija board. So spirits always have to go through us to speak, whether it's through a spirit box, a board, any device, even tarot cards to some extent. Spirits will always go through us. I've recorded hundreds of messages where spirits say they're in me, going through me, and also I've recorded validation of spirits saying they have to go in us and through us to speak. I've talked in the past about attachment. Sometimes these spirits attach to you and they stay attached to you for a while. They could be a neutral spirit. a kind spirit, they can also unfortunately be a negative spirit. So you always do take the risk when you open a portal, so to speak, or when you try to make that connection. If you're successful, you do take that risk because you're not going to be entirely in control, especially as a beginner, of the spirits that come through you. Now, any of you who have watched me for years, and Kimberly, I'm not sure if you knew about this experience with me, but a few years ago, I was attacked by a spirit, a dark entity. I'm not really sure what it was. Some say demon, some say whatever. But for me, it was the realest thing I've ever experienced. I saw this entity. I felt this entity. My whole vision cut out where I couldn't see this reality. Debbie witnessed the whole thing, and it really freaked her out and scared her. I was hospitalized. Doctors said I had a mild heart attack, and they didn't understand why, because I was, as they said it, a picture of perfect health at the time. I was admitted. I stayed in the hospital. I vowed to quit because that scared me to death, really. I was very afraid after that. And now this was after I was a few years in with spirit communication, but the problem I had was I was very careless. When I started this, I was so fascinated by it that I became almost addicted to it. That's another story for another day, and that happens to a lot of people. But when spirits attach to you, they draw you out. They make you want to do session after session after session. And when you do that, you really open yourself up to a spirit attaching. Now, using tarot cards, millions of people have used tarot cards safely. Millions of people have used Ouija boards safely, and millions of people have used spirit boxes safely. It's not a common occurrence that you're going to get attacked or possessed. Possession is another story for another day as well, because it's not like what you see in movies or television. But there is a chance that you can have an attachment from contacting spirits. Now, when I was doing this carelessly and I had these attachments and I had spirits coming in saying they were going to kill me, and I was putting these videos on YouTube like it was no big deal, like, oh, look at this, look at what this spirit said. They're going to kill me, ha ha ha. And I didn't think anything of it. I'm like, they can't really kill me, right? But lo and behold, I did get attacked. I had serious complications health-wise. And when I decided to quit, after a period of 7 weeks, I went through sort of a transformation within myself. I had a vision. I had a sign from God, which I made a video about, which was freaking incredible, really. I mean, the way that happened, there's no other way of it than being a sign. And I explain all that in that video. But I was shown what I was doing wrong. I was told I needed to continue. And then at the time, I was like, well, is this just an evil spirit tricking me to get back in so they can harm me? But the difference was I felt this warm light of love and protection. And I was told I would be protected as long as I pushed the message of love, kindness, respect. And ever since then, you've seen me talk about love. Love is the key, right? Because love is what everything in this world is based on. When we're born as a baby, all we know is love. Those bad behaviors, the hate, the anger, we're taught those things in life, in this world, unfortunately. So when we are born, we are pure love, and all we know is the love of our mother, our family, and as we grow older, we love. So when I did that, I started talking about love, and I only focused on the positive aspects, right? Another important thing they told me I had to do, and they helped me do, was drop all fear from life. Fear of contacting spirits, because fear, if you contact, say you're doing a tarot session, right? Going back to your question about the tarot cards, if you have fear that a demon or evil entity or something negative will come in, never do any kind of spirit communication. That is what can open you up to receiving an evil or negative entity. And here's why. When you have fear, that is an energy that comes from you. Spirits use our energy to speak. Spirits use our energy to find us in a way. And if you're putting out fear energy, that attracts negative entities. If you're putting out love, light, kindness, that attracts the kind spirits and the higher vibrational spirits as well. This is what I've learned over the years, and this is why I have not had any issue with evil ever since that time. I don't fear them. I don't put out that fear energy. If I'm in a bad mood or have something negative happen or something, I'm down, I will not do a session that day. So when I do a session, I prepare myself, no fear, only positive, and that's what I get back. It's no secret that what we put out in life is what we get back in return, right? Karma is real, but so is our energy. So if you fear this in any way, I would never recommend anyone start with a Ouija board, a spirit box, tarot cards even. It's something you have to remain neutral about and understand that you have the capability to be protected by your inner light. We all have an inner light. I don't want to make this answer too long, but connecting with our guides, which is a real thing, connecting to those higher vibrational spirits, we can all do that, but it all has to come from within us. Spirits can see into our heart and soul, and they know what our intentions are, what we have in this heart. They know. So if your communications are based on having no fear and love, I would never worry about negative entities coming in. But it took me years to get to that point. But the key is, many do these things without fear because they don't believe in it, right? They don't really believe what they're doing. They're trying it for fun. So that's why most people do this without issue. Some people have issues with the attachments, and it's not like on TV or movies. They're not going to have their head spinning around or puking up green vomit or anything like that. When a negative spirit attaches to you, it can make you feel depressed. It can really drag you down to make you feel like you really don't want to do anything with your life. It can make your physical, you can feel chest pains and tightness as it did to me. You can just feel off, like your well-being is not right. For me, I had this constant feeling like my soul was trying to come out of my body, almost like my reality was 5 feet away from my body. It was the most uncomfortable thing I've experienced. And I went through that for weeks. When Josh came to my house in Arizona at the time to help me, he witnessed the reality of it. We didn't film it, and he knows what happened, but we don't talk about it. And because I was sort of semi-attacked again when he was there. But when that happens, it's nothing you want to film and put out there because it's so real and so devastating. It's nothing that I want to put out there for flash and show, and that's not what I do anyway. But going back to your tarot card question, I do give long answers sometimes. Generally, it's safe. Millions of people use them every day, and you can use them for good, right? When you use something for good, if you're trying to contact a loved one or get a message from a loved one and you focus on that loved one and you visualize that loved one, that energy you're putting out is for them. That's a love energy. So as long as you're doing that and you don't fear it and you're comfortable with it, I would say you can do that without fear of anything happening to you. It's only if you're in a negative mindset, you're really afraid, and you think something will come after you and attach, that's when you don't want to use any kind of device to contact the other side. But yes, contacting the other side is very real, as you guys see me do here, and there are many methods to do it. A lot of people think Ouija boards are evil. That's not the case. They're evil if you go about it searching for evil, or you have fear, or you're acting as if it's a game or a toy, then bad things can happen. But if you go about it with responsibility, and that's how I changed. I became responsible in my communication. Again, focused on love. I didn't just do random sessions looking for random spirits every night. Now when I do them, I maybe do a session every week. I do a meditation before. I focus on that love and light. And that's something I would recommend as well. Do a 15-minute meditation before you start. Focus on light coming down from above through your body, exploding into your room. And that light represents love. It represents the light in your soul. So that is my answer about if tarot cards are dangerous. Anything we use to contact spirits can present a problem if you go about it in the way I just spoke about. So thank you, Kimberly, for your question. I love you all, and I have a big stack of questions to get through. I will do as many of these as I can. I'm still going to do my session videos. Don't worry, these are not replacing those. Some people emailed me and said, "Are you stopping sessions?" No, not at all. This is just in addition. I want to give more to you guys. And since I have so much information in here from my experience that I've dedicated my life to, I think it can be useful to a lot of you out there. So I thank you all, and there'll be another one either tomorrow or the next day. I'll see you then. Bye.